Hello, I'm Luke Hatfield. I'm joined by three men today here at the Shropshire Star. I'm joined by Shrewsbury Town reporter Lewis Cox, Joe Edwards, of course, and Shrewsbury Town legend Bernard McNally. We've been here, we've watched a 0-0 draw with the Hammers, but it certainly wasn't lacking in entertainment, was it, Lewis?
Well, certainly first half. I mean, I think it's not really an understatement to say that Shrewsbury Town dominated the game. You know, we're talking about chances, we're talking more first half. Down this end, Matt Sadler's the one, isn't it, that you remember, and then I think it was Rodman that had the shot. But equally, you know, late on, 87th minute was it, when Nolan blazed over from 7 yards out? I mean, that felt like the moment. You knew there weren't going to be another chance. That was do or die, and God, if that went in, I mean, the roof would have come off. But yeah, they can be very proud. They were the better side, created more chances, looked better on the ball, worked harder, and yeah, I think Town fans should be proud today.
Yeah, you know, someone who really stood out for me was Matt Sadler. I mean, he almost epitomised Shrewsbury Town's work that they've done this season. I mean, he's gone off, he's picked up a head injury, and Joe, let's be honest, I mean, he's come back out and he's still putting a hell of a performance.
Yeah, it really epitomised Town's fighting spirit today. Probably, I've seen some of the comments from supporters on Twitter. He's probably one of the best displays he's put in, since coming back to the club, on a permanent basis. Yeah. He was fantastic. Really composed on the ball, bringing it out from defence and just shrugging off challenges that looked like no way past him. These strikers that he's up against, him and Toto were up against. Javier Hernandez, star in Mexico. He was great for Man United as well. Let's not forget. Andre Ayew, Marseille, 20 million plus. He's done a lot in his career as well. And him and Toto have made these players look bang average, let's be honest. And Sadler, I thought, was fantastic today.
But all the back four as well, didn't they? The whole back four did put in a shift today.
Well, I was just going to say, Joe's bang on, and me and Bernard have seen a lot this season, and Sadler's been almost that good every game. He's hard to pick out because he's so consistent, reliable. It's even harsh to say a 7 out of 10 player every week because he's often more than that. Yeah. But he just goes about his business. What he doesn't have in the pace, he reads it. He's always in the right place. He doesn't have to get caught out with pace. Yeah, he was excellent. Yeah, not the only one.
Well, Bernard, we've seen quite a performance here, and Paul Hurst even admitted that after the game it could be a bit of a missed opportunity. Do you see it that way, or
it might have been? And you always kind of think that negative thought because you think of the opportunities you had. I mean, Joe Hart had a great hand. He pulled up a great save in the first half. Well, a couple of great saves. But yeah, those opportunities that was mentioned by Lewis as well, where you have the 2-on-1 scenario, the last couple of minutes. Those are opportunities that can seal the fate of the opposition. Yeah. And time will tell. I mean, obviously we go to West Ham now, and you're hoping that we can put in another performance, and next time, hopefully, stick the ball in the back of the net. But there was some good football today, and Shrewsbury Town can be very proud of themselves the way they performed.
They can certainly hold their heads up high, and the one man who was obviously coming back, I mean, we'll touch on David Moyes in a minute, but Joe Hart obviously making his return. I mean, as Bernard said, he did phenomenally well in that first half, a couple of really good saves. What did you make? And obviously, the fans took to him well. Yeah,
I mean, first of all, it was fantastic to hear a couple of days ago that he was definitely starting. We were umming and ahhing about whether they'd go with Adrian. And to see, the reception outside, you can see the pictures on our website, absolutely fantastic. To hear he's got the armband, first time he's been captain of West Ham. Yeah. Another thing that's special for him, and his reception was great every time he came out, even when there were barely anyone in here. It was a great round of applause, and it was almost perfect for Hart to have the clean sheet, make the saves he did. Some of them were great. The save from Sadler, I thought, he must have had to got down low, or he did really well, and he handled the occasion brilliantly. He was great after the game, signing autographs and dealing with the press. So yeah, couldn't ask any more from him.
Yeah, and obviously David Moyes now, he's had one sighter of Shrewsbury Town. I mean, when the replay does come around in a couple weeks' time, I mean, he's going to know what to expect now, isn't he?
Yeah, he was quite critical of his side after the game as well. Says they lacked steel, lacked any kind of fight. And he questioned as to why that was, and he says, they've had a tough schedule going into the game. Of course, we know about that, the Tuesday game, the Thursday game. And he said, but it was kind of as more mental as physical. He says he doesn't believe that the players gave Shrewsbury enough respect and, treated the game as they did the others. We can guess, we went in, came out late for the second half. Yeah. would have gave them a real talking to at half time, and you can imagine it was the same after the game because West Ham didn't do themselves justice at all. For as good as Town were, they were very good. West Ham were below par.
I've actually got a friend who I work with, and he's a big West Ham supporter. He came today, and I know tomorrow he's going to say how disappointed in their performance. Having said that, it's taking nothing away from us from Shrewsbury Town. We did put in a good shift.
Are you and Hernandez offered nothing, did they? I mean, that a part of that is that they didn't fancy it or look in the mood, but Town have to have credit without doubt. The way they defended them, and we haven't mentioned the name of Ben Godfrey.
He
who
did really well,
alongside Sadler was, we've had him as the vote for man of the match, but he was absolutely everywhere. Hurst said it's one of his best displays in a while, and we've seen different sides of him. We know he can break up play and stuff, but we've seen footwork. He's certainly caught the eye, and I think the watching public would have picked him out. Norwich would be very happy, I think. Any potential suitors that want him moving forward would have been impressed, but he was great today as well.
That one challenge, when he picked the ball up and he had the run.
He
played
beat about 4 men.
Yeah, tremendous. And the interesting thing is, taking up on that point that Lewis has alluded to, after the game, listening to people and just talking to people in the crowd and that, they're saying Godfrey and then somebody else is saying this player, that player. And when you've got a group of players, and both Lewis and himself have said this year, when you've got 3 or 4 that are vying for, man of the match, you've got a winning mentality.
Yeah, that's it. And obviously, Salop were bang up for it today. Going to a bigger ground, the London Stadium, I mean, surely they're going to really up their game for that performance as well.
I would say so, yeah. I mean, it was a great occasion today, putting yourself on TV. But now you go into their ground, there's no pressure on us, and that's going to be a great opportunity that these fellas, I'm older now, but you start looking, in 30 years' time, they'll look back and say, what a performance that was, what a great occasion the next one is going to be, and they can look back at that with pride, and I'm sure they'll go there maybe as underdogs, which will be great. It will suit Shrewsbury Town. Let's keep it like that this season, because they're performing miracles at the moment.
I was just going to say, this man knows a thing or two about Shrewsbury Town in the FA Cup. He's been part of it, reaching what round it was, 5th, 6th.
Yeah.
Obviously it's a hard game, but do you see that there's what they need in this? They're looking at the league as well, I take that, but a good cup run can only help things up.
Yeah, well, we hope so. I think it'll be tremendous for the players. It's great for them individually, but collectively it puts our name back on the map, doesn't it, Shrewsbury Town? And people are starting to take notice now within the media, because they're realising, this isn't just a one-month wonder. We're turning out great performances. And the mentality of this club is fantastic. The attitude is the first attribute that Paul Hurst wants on every player. And that's tremendous, because then you've got a collective that is a very strong, positive side. And I think we'll just gain experience and move onwards and onwards.
Yeah, so no goals here at the Montgomery Waters Meadow, but a performance to be proud of. We will keep an eye on Shrewsbury Town as they head to an FA Cup third round replay. For all the latest, make sure you stick with us at ShropshireStar.com.